Good afternoon, mga ka-HR. Isang magandang makulimlim na hapon ngayong hapon ng Sabado mula from Marikina. Okay? O, di ba? Lumilipad po ang ating mga ka-HR ngayon sa iba't ibang lugar at iba't ibang panig ng Pilipinas. Muli mga ka-HR, nandito na naman tayo para sa ating 72nd HRE knowledge na talaga namang punong-puno ng kaalaman because it's our mental health month. Kaya naman napakasaya ng inyong lingkod dahil makakasama natin ang isa sa mentor ko po. Way back, anong taon nga ba? Teka mo na,
Before the
mabubuko ang edad
pandemic.
natin. Way back. Basta siya po ay isa sa pinakamagaling at pinakamaganda. Isa sa magaganda na founder isa sa mga magagandang mentor ng inyong likod. Ma'am Jorina, hindi kita masyadong naipakilala kanina sa ating speaker, but definitely this afternoon will be a jam-pack knowledge for our mga ka-HR dahil nga buwan ngayon ng mental health. Ano sa tingin mo, ma'am?
Yes, syempre sobrang excited na ako, Miss Nedy, kasi napaka-importante talaga ng mental health, lalo na ngayon at nagsispread na ang awareness sa importance nito.
Yes. Lately, lalo na nung pandemic, if mapapansin natin, no, Ma'am Jorina, talaga namang sunod-sunod ang mga nakakaramdam ng stress, nakakaramdam ng parang demotivated, especially sa ating mga ka-HR. Talaga namang lahat ng takbo ng concern, takbo ng problema, ay napasama sa atin. Anong masasabi mo dito, Ma'am Nomi?
Yes, ma'am. So, para naman ma-equip lahat, di ba, mga ka-HR sa ating mental health awareness. Ayan. So, we hope na sa ating pag-aaral ngayon is madami tayong matutunan. Ayan.
Yes, at para naman hindi na sila masyadong mainip, let's start our event this afternoon by introducing HR Calabarzon. Oh, sorry, hindi ko na bago. Ang HR Calabarzon ngayon ay nasa 9,000 plus member na, di ba, Ma'am Jorina?
Yes, syempre nasa 9,000 na po tayo ngayon at dahil dito maraming salamat po sa patuloy na pagsusuporta sa ating non-profit organization.
Yes, at dahil dyan, ang HR Calabarzon ay maraming inihahanda at iniluluto para sa ating mga ka-HR sa darating na 2023. And because of that, HR Calabarzon is a registered non-profit organization which provide virtual and soon, malapit na po ang face-to-face learning sa ating mga HR practitioner and enthusiasts in Calabarzon, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon. And of course, general reminders, Ma'am Dorina.
Of course, ang ating general reminders during the HR e-knowledge webinar, unang-una sa lahat ang ating Zoom meeting room ay open na 15 minutes early pa lang. Kaya pwede na tayong mag-abang na ma-admit na lamang. Pangalawa, make sure na ang ating video ay nakabukas at ang ating audio ay nakamute para hindi makadistorbo o makaistorbo sa ating mga speaker at mga learners. And of course, ang ating mga questions must be placed sa ating chat box or the Facebook live post. Request din po natin na full attention and cooperation in order to fully maximize our learnings and everybody's learnings. Take note, ito ay free webinar. Walang certificate na maibibigay unless na merong minimum fee na 50 pesos na babayaran. Itong payment na ito ay good for one webinar. Miss Nedy, nakamute ka.
Nakamute ako, sorry. Para po sa mga nagtatanong how to get HRE knowledge e-certificate, again, we cannot guarantee that the presentation materials will be shared, provided in advance, or will be given or same as what the presenter or the resource speaker flash on the screen. E-certificate will be sent to you via email after 7 working days po. Hindi po kasama ang Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. Ang holidays po natin is special holidays at saka regular holiday. Yung form po o ang QR code na ipa-flash po natin mamaya ay open po hanggang 5 working days. Ibig sabihin po, on Thursday, i-close na po natin ang ating Google Form para po makapag-umpisa na po tayo ng audit. And of course, hinihiling namin, lagi po ito nagiging concern tapos medyo late na sila nag-i-email. Please make sure that you input or type correct full name. First name, middle initial, and last name. Correct email address. Correct reference number and proof of payment. Note, ang lahat po ng link o ang QR code ay may ipa-flash po dito after the webinar. Ipo-post po natin sa comment section ng Zoom and Facebook Live. The minimal fee is good for 1 person per webinar. Payment is until Wednesday. Lastly po, ang minimal fee po na ito ay hindi lang po para sa ating monthly subscription, but good news, dahil nga po 9,000 plus members na tayo, magkakaroon po tayo ng 2022 gift giving sa ating mga lolos, lolas, nanay, and tatay sa luwalhati ng Maynila, Home for the Aged. Muli po ang ating GCash number ay 0919-009-6339. Please screenshot para po sa QR code. Ma'am Jorina?
And of course, para sa ating mga special thanks sa ating mga following sponsors. Una-una sa lahat, ang Wellness Health and Total Rewards. Pwede kayong makakuha sa kanila ng HMO medical insurance from group life insurance to non-life insurance. And of course, para sa mga quotation request or inquiry, paki-screenshot na lamang po ang page na ito para mag-consult sila. Of course, Caparel Appliances and Furniture, we have store locations all over Cavite. They offer a upholstery service, custom furniture design, and 100% easy installment.
And of course, HR Calabarzon would like to thank PC Work for infinite possibilities. Please do screenshot their complete address and contact numbers because they provide na magaganda at siguradong okay na gadget for your office or school requirement. HR Calabarzon also would like to thank MGLF Optical Clinic kung kailangan po natin para sa nalalapit nating APE. Para po meron na tayong ano ngayon? Opta Clinic. Please do screenshot their number 0945-264-8865 or 0919-872-2126. Of course, for additional medical and annual physical exam requirement, dahil nga po malapit na mag-2023, please do call and connect with Ma'am Lourdes King of New World Diagnostic. They have all branches and connected po sila sa lahat ng HMO.
And of course, Jorina's Home Depot, simply the best for less. Products and services offered are furniture, appliances, upholstery service, customer furniture design, and easy installment plans. They are located in Imus Greenleaf.
HR Calabarzon also would like to thank Butterfly Events Inc. Get your girls ready for unlimited makeover. They do have makeup, hair and makeup, nail art, face painting, balloon art, and many more. Please do call 0936-628-6487 or email butterflyevents17@gmail.com. Ayan, kaya tinatawagan po namin ang mga kasama nating mga ka-HR. If you are very much willing to be one of the volunteers sa nalalapit nating 2022 gift giving at luwalhati ng Maynila Home for the Aged, we are open for volunteer. Ang ating event po ay magaganap sa December 1. Ayan, Ma'am Nomi, can you please do the honor of introducing our speaker for this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am. I am honored to present now our speaker for today. He is an HR leader, Miss Jamie, and has over 15 years of HR management and development experience in the humanitarian and international non-government organizations. She is currently the head of HR operations of a faith-based organization that seeks to end online sexual abuse of children and forced labor slavery. And no more additions with that one. Wag na nating patagalin. Let us now call Miss Jamie, our speaker for today. Jamie?
All right. Thank you so much, Jurina, Neddy, and everybody. That was a very lively introduction and spiel. So magandang hapon, good afternoon, ka-HRs, people and culture leaders. Kumusta po kayo? How are you all feeling? Kaya pa? So salamat. Salamat for being here. I had that privilege of participating in several HR knowledge sessions organized by HR Calabarzon, and now I'm greatly honored having been invited to have this conversation with you. It's a pleasure to see so many people in a Zoom room full of really HR colleagues, people managers. This community is amazing. Palakpakan naman natin ang ating mga sarili for continuously learning and upskilling para di naman tayo ma-obsolete, especially in these times that the workplace is ever changing, no? Palakpakan natin ang mga sarili natin, mga ka-HRs. Yan. Isang malaking bagsak para sa atin this afternoon. All right, so the topic today is very relevant as, already mentioned by our colleagues earlier. This month is Mental Health Month. So it is really relevant and so trending, you know. I've been practicing HR management for over 15 years now. With corporate and international humanitarian organizations. And so I hope to put context to the topic assigned to me today, which is crafting engaging mental health programs in the workplace. So para sa context, no, for context's sake, I am not an expert in mental health, but I have been embracing uncertainties like most of us. And throughout my career, been humbled by years of experience, failure then, and still make mistakes sometimes as HR leader. So to start, preparing for this talk this afternoon, I did research. I went through my past experiences as well. And like so many of us, as we all do, Googled a lot as well. So let's start by really knowing ano nga ba ang mental health in the workplace. So yan. Here's CDC, yung Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. I'm sure so many of us during the pandemic, we've been quoting CDC sa lahat ng mga knowledge na sinishare natin in the workplace about the COVID-19 pandemic, no? So what is mental health nga ba? So sabi ng CDC, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. So nakaka-affect ito sa ating thinking, how we feel and act, and it also helps to determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental health is very important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. So really, mental health, nakaka-affect yan, hindi lang sa ating mga personal na buhay, but then when we go to our workplaces. So paano nga natin ma-engage ang ating mga tao, the people in the workplace, to be aware of mental health. You can turn to the next slide, Jurina. So let's take an inspiration from the words of Simon Sinek. He said that when people are financially invested, they want a return. When people are emotionally invested, they would want to contribute. So I think we really, as HRs, we can all take inspiration from Simon here. Organizations that are regularly working on engaging employees in order to keep them motivated, going to work every day, understand that people who are actively engaged are happier and would always do what is best for the organization that we all work with. So natamaan yung employee engagement dito, no? So we engage employees, no? Para magka-craft tayo ng mental health awareness program in our work as well. So employee engagement is fundamentally a fundamental concept in the effort to understand and describe both the qualitatively and quantitatively the nature of relationship nga between people and the organization. So when we actively show that we care for our teams, employees, we realize that the organization is not all about making profits, no? Employees will know that the company they are working for are also interested in their well-being. So overall well-being, kasama of course ang mental health. Ito ay nagre-result of course in team of people who are actively invested in their physical and mental well-being of each other, and thereby they tend to be more productive, happier in the workplace, and ultimately, syempre, nagre-result ito sa end goal ng organization or corporation that we work with, be it profit or in my case, pagtulong sa mga tinutulungan ng aming organizations. Again, no, Simon said that when people are financially invested, they want a return. And when people are emotionally invested, they want to contribute. So ayun, sana we invest in emotionally for our people as well. Yan. So this is sort of going to be the framework of our conversation today. So meron akong dalawang case studies that I would like to share with you this afternoon. Ito ay tungkol sa dalawang empleyado. I specifically took as an example or examples yung hindi taga rito sa atin para walang, ayan. So these are in the news. So yeah, nakita ko naman siya sa news. So I think it's okay naman to share. So next slide, please, Ms. Doreen. So the next slide. So yung unang story na I would like to share with you this afternoon is a story of a JetBlue flight attendant sa US. Yung kanyang story happened in August 2010. No? What happened was, pwede mong ipakita yung ibang mga, ayan. So what happened was, Slater, no, the flight attendant claimed that while JetBlue was taxiing para mag-stop, no, isang passenger stood up too early. Yan, parang gawain din natin yan, no, pag nag-taxi na si Pal when we are coming back from wherever, from Cebu to Manila, for example. Yeah. So there, passenger stood up too early to retrieve her bag from the overhead compartment. Even if she had been instructed repeatedly to remain seated, despite this, the passenger continued to remove the bag, and in doing so, natamaan niya si Slater sa ulo. Tapos, when Slater asked for apology, the passenger, instead of, saying sorry, medyo hindi maganda yung pinagsasabi niya kay Slater. Anong ginawa ni Slater? So, Slater said that, I've been in this business for 20 years. And that's it. I'm done. Pagkatapos niya sinabi yun, kumuha siya ng beer sa stock ng airplane. Tapos, in-inflate niya yung emergency inflatable slide and nag-exit siya sa plane via the emergency exit. He took a taxi and then went home. Later that day, si Slater was arrested and charged with criminal mischief, reckless endangerment, and criminal trespass, to which he pleaded not guilty. Yeah. Clearly, sabi niya, you're not supposed to pop the slides unless there's an emergency in the aircraft. But get this, he actually earned support from thousands of people, including other cabin crew from other airlines. That night, even that night itself, merong isang page group na ginawa for him, na ang name niya is Free Steven Slater. Kasi nga, di ba, he was arrested. And it says he did what everyone always wanted to do but never did it. He should not go to jail. Yun yung parang clamor ng mga tao. People really rallied for Steven outside the court, and actually sinisigaw nila, Free Steven Slater. Ganun. He admitted naman, no, na he lost his temper. That, you know, because of that, he put the lives of the passengers in danger and caused damage to the airplane when he activated the emergency chute. He was ordered to undergo counseling for anger management and treatment for alcohol abuse. He is also he was also asked to pay a damage of, I think, it's $10,000 for plane damages. Ayan. Yung isa naman na case na I'm sure some of you or maybe all of you have seen this. This has happened in October 2019. We can show the next slide, Doreen, please. Yan. Yung isa pa. Yan. Ang name naman nito na next please. Yan. This one naman is about the case of Sharon Au. Siya ay Asian na nagtatrabaho sa Paris, no? Yung kanyang mga French colleagues reported her to HR kasi she sent an email to the colleagues about work outside of working hours. The colleagues took a screenshot of her email and sent it to HR, which, you know, the HR eventually gently reminded Au to stick to the stipulated working hours. And 3 months later, another colleague reported Au to HR again kasi she was reported for sending a text naman this time. She sent a text message at 11 p.m. the night before an important meeting is to take place. So in response, ang HR was more concerned about Au's well-being, yung kanyang mental health ba, no? So they encourage her to pick up hobbies such as sinuggest ng HR sa kanya, baka gusto niya mag-yoga instead of reprimanding her. The company even gave her, you know, movie tickets to sort of get a life outside work. And so she also noticed that the French colleague started inviting her for lunch. So while sending emails and messages after working hours is, you know, pretty common sa atin or maybe in Singapore where Au came from, sa French labor kasi, it's very, they're very strict about the length of working hours, which is 35-hour per week. Sa atin 40, no? But still, we do emails and text messages outside of working hours. It's okay from our side. Sa kanila, hindi. But then si HR do understand na sa culture ni Au is it's okay, but they have to make Au understand that she's in France now, and it's not the culture. But instead of reprimanding her, ayun nga, they helped her to ayun, magkaroon ng life outside work. So hindi siya maging workaholic kasi yun yung kanyang work style is to be a workaholic. Yeah. So, bakit ko nga ba shinare yung mga cases na yan? You can go to the next. So we are not going to dissect and analyze every square inch of these news today. What I am trying to show you here is that things could have gone worse on the side of these employees if there was zero caring that took place, and this caring came from the employers, the HR, the colleagues, and outsiders in the case of Steven. Agree ba kayo sa akin there? Ayan. Bakit nga ba we should care? Why should we engage our employees? Tayo lalo ng mga HR, why should we care? Why should we care for our colleagues? And why should we care for ourselves as well? Caring for our mental health at work is everyone's responsibility. Click please, Dorina. Yan. Click po. Next po. Yan. So I note that again, what I just said, caring for mental health at work or even outside work is everyone's responsibility. So hindi man lang yan siya iasa, no, sa mga managers, sa staff himself, sa atin na HR, it's holistic approach. So it's everyone's responsibility. So, you know, it turns out happy employees are more efficient. I'm sure you agree with me on that. Pag happy ang employees, they are more efficient and more productive. Employees who have positive attitude towards their jobs and always stay motivated are likely to not to miss work days, right? They also work more efficiently and perform fewer errors, accidents at their workplace. Yung mga customer service din natin, of course, is likely to benefit from these employees, as employees with a higher morale are happier and motivated when dealing with customer. So once you care for your employees, they are likely to feel much more connected in their workplace, and so many factors yan that affect how companies do business and attract and retain talented workers. So ito yon, yung mga factors na pinapakita na ni Ms. Doreen. So it could be technology developments, it could be economic changes, globalization, automation, no? So tayo ng mga HR leaders, we should keep up with all these new workplace landscape or else we are taking the risk of becoming obsolete. Kaya nga kanina sa introduction sabi natin, hooray for us because we are continuously learning as HR leaders. Ayan. Ayan na, pinakita na yung slide. At syempre, para malaman natin paano mag-craft, no, ng mga mental health programs, alamin natin naman muna, ano-ano nga ba ang mga trends ngayon sa workplace. Noting here, no, na ang nire-refer ko here are as top 10 workplace trends is from 2019 study by Lisa Piazza of HRM, no, in June 2019. Specifically, pinili ko to kasi di ba 2020, 2021 sort of all the things trends are mostly pandemic and the COVID-19. So ngayon, ano-ano nga ba yung mga top 10 workplace trends na yan? So unang-una, ito na siya, no? Yung fostering the relationship between workers and robots. Yan. So palagi na nating naririnig yan even before the pandemic, yung AI, no? One of the biggest trends of 2019 is the partnership between the robots and human. The human element, anyway, will never go away. HR will continue to manage the human workforce, and information technology, IT teams will manage the robots. The big opportunity moving forward is for HR to partner with IT, and even other departments in order to collaborate and manage the human experience. Hindi tayo magiging obsolete, kumbaga, yung human niya. Yung iba nga dyan na kahit may nakikita ako na grocery store, mga new ones, kahit sila, they have, yung SM, nakita ko may robot sila as a greeter. Comes sa SM Aura, if you've been there, meron silang robot that greets people. Pero may isang store, I'll let you discover that, na ang greeter nila ay tao. Someone posted right at the entrance door whose main job is to greet customers as they enter the stores. Bakit? Why has this been done? Because they found out that what people need is still good old-fashioned, sincere, and caring courtesy. Again. Yung pangalawa naman na trending in 2019 is creating flexible work schedules. So I cannot stress this enough kasi during the pandemic, ito talagang wala tayong choice, di ba? We have to have flexible working schedules and even our working arrangements. Before, yung iba hindi naniniwala sa telecommuting, but during the pandemic, we saw that it actually can be done, with the exception, of course, yung mga talagang frontliners, kumbaga. Yan. So flexibility is something we want because we're working more hours than ever before, regardless of age or generation. Employees want to have life inside work. So may pandemic o wala, we know na ngayon na this is actually a good alternative in keeping also with wellness ng mga staff. And we now know also that it actually works. Pero syempre, sabi ko kanina, with the exception ng mga frontliners sa shops or sa hospital. Yung pangatlo naman is taking a stand on social issues, So yung ating mga younger workers, I'm sure sa ating mga seasoned HRs na, ang mga hinahire na natin ngayon ay mga pinanganak ng 1999, 2000, mga ganyan na, So younger workers especially want to work for companies that are making positive difference in the world. Companies that take a stand on social issues will be unpopular with some people, but if they want to attract the right talent, they have almost no choice. So kailangan natin i-accept yan. Ang mga new workers natin, lalo na yung mga bata, they would always take a stand for social issues. Yan. And number 4, yung sunod po, na trend is improving gender diversity. I'm sure you guys have been going through this also, crafting your gender diversity inclusion policy in the workplace. So compared to men, few women hold executive positions. Parang that statement, hindi na yan masyadong true ngayon. That's the bad news. The great news is that countries are getting involved, companies are getting involved, and it looks like changes are on the horizon. So marami na yan yung kinakraft na natin yan. I'm sure meron sa inyo na yan yung gender diversity and inclusion policy in the workplace. Yung sunod naman po, which is number 5, is investing in mental health. This is precisely bakit natin to sinishare sa inyo yung trends today, is that mental health awareness is not anymore new, It's been there even before the pandemic, nagte-trending na siya. So many people either have mental disorders or interact with someone who does. And mental health is becoming less stigmatized as more people speak publicly on that topic. Before, di ba, it's sort of like a secret. You don't even say you are depressed or you're stressed. Noon, walang magbabanggit ng ganyan. You sort of nasa corner ka lang and suffer on your own. But even, Prince Harry, for example, is partnering with celebrities and Apple on a series about mental health, no? And also ask employers in UK to sign a pledge to take a stand on this social issue, no? Ninonote na that employers who sign the pledge signal to employees that they take mental health seriously. Sa UK yon, while Prince Harry was still there, back in the Philippines sa atin na ngayon, meron na tayong RA 11036 na I'm sure even before the pandemic, nag-start na kayo to go attend seminars about this, no? Which cements the government's commitment, itong RA 11036 na ito, to a more holistic approach to healthcare. That there is no health without mental health. Yun yung pinaka-parang banner ng ating government na ngayon. No longer shall Filipinos suffer silently in the dark. Mental health issues will now cease to be seen as an invisible sickness spoken only in whispers as expressed by Senator Risa Ontiveros. Yun yung kanyang line, di ba, about this RA. Yan. So that's number 5. Yung number 6 naman is addressing the loneliness of remote workers. Yan. So na-address na ngayon yung telecommuting. Ayan naman yung loneliness ng mga kasamahan natin who are working from anywhere, kumbaga. So that's trending also already in 2019. Many employees today can work from anywhere or everywhere they want, no? So remote work is great, and employers need to promote flexibility, but there is a cost. Yan. The isolation of employees feel when they don't interact enough with coworkers may cause them to check out. So investing in offsite team building events could probably help, no? So kahit may mga remote workers tayo, we should also come together, invest in that. Like now, pwede na tayo ulit mag-convene, right? Pwede na tayong mag-craft ng mga team building activities. Connecting with remote workers in person, even once a year, can make a huge difference in build trust. Ayan. Yung pang 7 naman, number 7 is upskilling the workforce. Yan. So my study dito, no, na there are 7.4 million open jobs in the US and the unemployment rate is 3.6%. So employers need to find creative ways to close the skills gap. Nakalagay yan sa as HRM if you are a member of this human resources group, no? Companies are starting to hire more older workers, workers with disabilities, workers who were formerly incarcerated, and veterans. The talent pool is getting wider and wider, which is great. Ito yan, totoo ito in the US. So it is great because talent can come from anywhere naman. Companies are less focused on the age, gender, and other factors that are more concerned with the person can do on the job. So, yeah, and can work well naman with the others. So kung napansin nyo, even people who are incarcerated before, yung mga nakulong or na-convict, once they have served na-serve na nila yung kanilang mga kasalanan after their jail time, pwede silang ma-admit back into the workforce. So may mga company in the US who are accepting them. Yan. Yan. So next naman is number 8, focusing on soft skills. So next slide po. Soft skills are new hard skills, no? So hard skills na siya, in fact. So 91% of HR professionals na sinurvey ng LinkedIn, nasa LinkedIn ito, believe, no, na soft skills are very important for the future of recruiting. You can train for hard skills, but soft skills are take a long time to learn. If you hire someone who has positive attitude, good organizational skills, is able to delegate work, they're going to be incredibly valuable in today's world. Yun yung findings ng LinkedIn. So focusing on soft skills. Yeah. Soft skills is the new hard skills. Yeah. Yung sunod naman, which is number 9, preparing for the Generation C. No? So employers, as employers, we need to understand the next generation. Yan na sila, paparating na sila in our workplace, the Generation C, Z or Z pag French. The demographic born between the mid-1990s and 2000s. So sila yon yung mga Generation Z na coming in the workplace ngayon. Many in this group or cohort identify anxiety as major issue that gets in the way of their workplace success. So mas mabilis sila na magkaroon ng mga anxiety, no? Which relates to addressing mental health. Babalik ulit tayo sa mental health. So sa generation na ito, mas evident yung mental health issue and awareness. So, and even though yung Generation Z workers are they self-identify as the digital generation, they say they want more face-to-face. So kahit sila mismo actually yung E-generation na, yung digital generation, sila din yung in fact nagsasabi na they need more face-to-face interaction at work. And also additionally, they tend to expect quick promotions. So employers should set realistic expectations with this generation. Yeah. Yung pang-10 naman, which is the next one, is preventing burnout. So employees must grapple with an always on work culture, yung palagi ka naka-online, no? And many employees leave their companies as a result of being overworked. Yan. Employers should recognize, no, what causes burnout and aim to fix it, because it may cost them more over time if they don't. So ulitin ko yon, tayo as part of the employer, kasi nga tayo yung HR, dapat nire-recognize natin ano yung causes ng burnout, and let's be part of the process para ma-fix ito. Kasi nga kung hindi natin siya pansinin, dedmahining lang din natin over time, ayan, ma-burnout na yung ating mga employees. And taking note, tayo rin ay employees. So ikaw din mismo dapat you're looking after yourself para hindi ka ma-burn out then eventually. Yeah. So we have to think about work differently, no? The future is uncertain, but we can make changes today that will give us a better future. So I think it is safe to say naman that companies must now endeavor to foster a caring workplace. Kaya nga tayo dapat nagka-craft ng health. Isama natin sa culture natin yung pag-craft ng mental health programs for our employees. Yung caring workplace na yan that will nurture and enhance sense of affiliation of ang ating mga employees. Ayan. So, as part of the employer, next one please. Ayan. Paano natin ma-upgrade yung ating caring concept? Yan, no? So, okay, next slide please. Yan. Okay. So, ayan na. That's the whole thing, and we will go through it one by one. Upgrading your caring concept as an employer. So number 1, yung human nature, family first. Employees' loyalty to their jobs are strengthened on a more personal level. How your office reacts to the birth of new baby the death of a loved one, or other major life decisions have effects on your employee, no? Employee feels when they turn to the workplace, when they return to the workplace. Because life as it is full of stress. Ayan na, hindi ko na yan ma-stress enough. The pandemic has brought us so much stress, emotional events then. An organization with strong caring environment is proactive in helping employees go through these tough times, no? Offering extra vacation days when a family member is ill, sending flowers, or merely texting employees on their birthdays can make a difference in small things, can go a long way. When it comes to showing employees that you actually care, no? So, yan. Yung pangalawa naman is rewards and recognition. Validate your employees with awards for their performance or how they exemplify the culture and values. Personalized rewards, no? Can do wonders for productivity in the workplace. The way in which organization value their employees become increasingly important as competition for talent becomes stronger. Ang truth dito is, we all want and need recognition, di ba? Totoo naman yon. Our lives circle around constant social feedback and acknowledgement. In the workplace naman, this orientation holds true. Kasi nga, beyond a bonus or a raise, consider personal gifts, free tickets to external events, for example, or other gift vouchers that show employees their reward is personalized to them, given a timely manner for a specific accomplishment. Yan. Diba? Diba nga naman pag personalized yung binibigay sa atin ng ating company, we appreciate that very much. Yan. Kahit na yung everyday thank yous ba, can be just as motivating to employees. Writing handwritten notes to promote good behaviors or achievements is also a manifestation of caring culture. Yan. Yeah. So, yung pangatlo naman dito, to upgrade your caring concept, nakikita nyo dyan sa circle is mental health programs. Again, no? So, an example of that could be yung parang life coach session, overall wellness, no? Yung mga programs na ganyan. In our type of organization, yung kami na mga NGOs or INGOs, palagi kaming may ganyan na program because di ba nga we help people who are in distress or in need. Ayan. So nakikita namin yung mga details na is not part of our everyday lives. So meron kami always na mga debriefing, meron kami mga coaching sessions na in-offer sa mga employees who are exposed to this type of activities. Kasi, ayan, para mapangalagaan, of course, yung mental health ng ating mga employees. The truth is, employees spend more time at work, di ba? Totoo naman, than they do at home. So, pag nag-promote tayo ng healthy habits and allowing employees time to care for themselves and their families, it should be important to your company culture too. So please include mental health programs, and encouraging people to have life coach can be a long-term health benefit for your employees. Dapat proactive tayo, lalo tayo ng mga HR, tayo actually yung dapat na maging model ng work-life balance, i-model natin yung work-life balance culture. Pwede nating ma-consider yung mga programs like as simple as having free yoga classes or meditation programs or prayer time doon sa mga believers, ganyan. This could really be part of your mental health programs in the workplace. Yung as simple as allowing employees time they need to get better without threat or punishment, yung ganyan. Employees who are battling mental health issues lose motivation, of course. So yung productivity nila is greatly affected. So when we create this culture of caring by nurturing the staff members, when they need us during their crisis time, yung mga nag-undergo ng mental crisis, consider allowing for more flexible schedule for them. And in fact, this will also help. It can be of help for them. But most importantly, give employees time to heal. Ulitin ko yon, very important, give employees time to heal. Yung alam mo na na-distress yung employee, depressed, undergoing some life stresses or work stresses, allow them time to heal. Do not give them the fear of losing their jobs or missing more than a few days. Yan. Di ba yan sila yung mga nagiging absent continuously? It's because probably they're going through some mental health issues or going through some stresses. Let's give them time to heal. Yeah. Isa pa dyan, yung continuous learning and development para ma-upgrade natin yung caring concept natin. So in spite of empowering talk, there are times when employees' enthusiasm at work nagda-drop or nag-wane yan, di ba? Give their performance boost with a career learning and development. So pwede nating i-try yan, i-check yan, yung kanilang career learning and development. It could also be a way to help them and show them that we care for the employees. Let them dream big, dream up better ways of doing things. No, allow them to keep moving forward. Kumbaga, just yung, di ba, yung go, 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 sabi nga ni Rufa. Allow them to persevere in their commitments. Kasi yung mga employees fuels their energy to keep doing great if they're recognized for their efforts of development. Dapat ganun yung thinking natin. Pag yung mga employees, they want to develop, dapat finu-fuel natin yung energy for them to develop further. Hindi yung ang lagi na lang nating iniisip is wala sa budget or not budgeted, ganyan. I'm sure we can find ways naman to develop without spending too much. Yeah. So encouraging continuous learning by recognizing your employees' improvements and effort in learning new skills and provide words of motivation. Yan. Consider ito, yung L&D program natin that allows extra free time or days for your staff to learn new skills from external learning, kagaya nitong ginagawa natin. I'm sure some of you are working today, but you took time out of your work hours para makapag, learn from your peer HRs in this group. Yan. So inviting speakers from within and outside the organization to share their knowledge and expertise is going a step further in encouraging continuous learning and development in the workplace. Yeah. So yung last one naman dyan sa circle na yan is yung encourage empowerment and teams. No? So let's keep an open door policy that allows employees access to meeting with you when they need it, lalo na tayo or kayo ng mga HR, to discuss important matters. Remind employees that you care, paulit-ulit yung care about what they are going through in the workplace and at home. Lalo tayo ng mga HR. Dati, naririnig ko yan sa iba kong mga colleagues. If it's personal, I don't want to know. Yung mga ganun na. No? So, immediately parang shut down mo na yung staff na baka trying to explain to you why siya malaging absent because he's going through some personal issues, ganyan. So when an employee does come to you for help, make sure you have you're open-minded, you're asking open-ended questions as well, and request employees to feel they are part of the team and their ideas and concerns are important. Yung mga cultural health natin na gagawin depends on uncovering important issues as they arise through close attention, openness, and team spirit. No? There will always be difficult moments. Hindi naman natin yan ikakaila. Alam naman natin yan. It's not going to be smooth sailing all the time. No? So may mga moments of tensions and pressure. But as HR, we should address issues and concerns as part of growth as well. Ayan. So, as you are spending a lot of money on employee benefits or rewards, that sometimes these are probably no longer relevant to them. Caring is also looking at the demographic of your employees and their families. Baka nga naman nag-offer tayo ng mga benefits na hindi na relevant to them. Do you even consider na that extended family to the nth degree is normal in the Philippines? Alam naman natin yan. And therefore, that same unmarried with no child employee who's been asking, ito lang isang example lang to, asking her aged parent to be considered as her dependents, may be the happiest and motivated staff if you do consider or reconsider. So think about that too, no? Kasi baka hindi na masaya yung employee natin kasi yun lang yung simple na nire-request niya pero hindi natin we don't even discuss kasi it's not part of the contract or it's not part of the regulation, ganyan. There, that's upgrading our caring concept. Ano-ano naman yung mga examples ng mga ways which are actually inexpensive or not expensive na mga personalized na rewards na pwede nating ibigay sa ating mga employees that manifests our caring, our consideration for the welfare, overall welfare or well-being of our staff. So ito mga example na to, tried and tested na not only by me but by other HR colleagues as well. So I can share at least 5 of them with you today. Yeah. So number 1, next slide please. Yeah. I'm sure hindi naman na ito din bago sa atin, no? Next slide please. Yan. So yung una na an example yan, inexpensive ways no na pwede natin gawin, no? So mga notes, cards, no, flowers, yan. So while some employees are only interested in financial and material gain, marami pa rin dyan na mga staff who are more than satisfied with being shown that they are cared for and appreciated. Yan, na namamanifest yan when cards, for example, birthday cards or notes, say something nice, no? It's much more moving, yan. Compelling, kumbaga, no? So yung receiver na staff will be flattered and impressed with your gratitude, especially if it is a handwritten. Siguro old-fashioned na yan, but tried and tested even up to now, na-appreciate yan ng mga staff. Bakit siya inexpensive? Kasi di ba ang mga cards naman ngayon or mga notes, hindi naman yan hindi naman yan tumataas or hindi naman yan masyadong mahal. It can range from 50 pesos, hundreds, di ba ganyan. Yung flowers medyo mahal nga lang, mga 1,500, ganyan. Alright. So yung isa naman, as an example, yan, kapihan, candy, lunch with the employees, no? Yung as simple as having a bowl of candies in your office, ganyan. If you're an executive, for example, you're constantly asked to be taken out for lunch, no? Or you're returning the favor using your expense account to pay for meals. Ang chances doon is that you are staff, yung mga staff aren't so lucky. Well, most of us aren't so lucky. Hindi naman tayo executive. And pag papalunch, tayo yung magbabayad ng palunch, no? Pay for our lunch, modest lunch lang naman. Pwede naman. Once in a while, no? Invite your staff or your team for a nice lunch. Yes, hindi naman magarbo na lunch. Simple lunch will do. And when they organize a group lunch amongst themselves, na hindi ka kasama as HR, don't take it personally as well. Allow them to do that. If you get invited, go. If not, don't be offended. Nakita ko na rin yan in the workplace many times, kahit yung team ko, no? They go by themselves. Noong una, I'm taking it personally, but not anymore. Yan, no? Staff generally appreciate the gestures of showering your staff with sweets, chocolates, coffee, yan yung mga free lunches. So you'll be viewed as a caring leader who is in touch with the staff members, yung wants nila and needs nila. So ano ang cost niyan? Almost free naman kasi di ba once in a while lang naman siya. Pwede namang Jollibee or McDonald's. Pwede naman yan. Yung pangatlo naman is implied promotion, no? It's also a way of showing how you care for your employees. If you find yourself stuck in numerous commitments and meetings, you as an HR leader, you can make one of your team, your staff member, feel appreciated by just sending them as your substitute or proxy, no, in one of the meeting. Why not, no? This will be viewed as a sign of your confidence in them, caring for their professional development as well, kasi ma-expose sila, di ba? It's also an exposure to them, making them even more committed to your shared successes. Ano ang cost niyan? Free, di ba? Absolutely free. Yan. Yung pangapat naman, frequent flyer miles, yan. Well, sa ngayon siguro hindi yan masyado kasi nga for the last 2 years, hindi tayo masyado nakapag-travel. Pero kung ikaw ay, syempre, especially if you're an executive or HR leader covering the whole Philippines, you have to go to your other offices and you rack up more frequent flyers than you will ever need or will ever use. Pwede mo naman yan i-offer to your staff, no? Bakit hindi, no? Free round ticket anywhere dito, kahit dito lang sa Philippines, I'm sure ma-appreciate yan ng mga staff natin. This will be viewed as caring gesture and you're actually sending your staff for vacation. Anong cost niyan? Free kasi yung mileage naman na yan nakuha mo din for free. Well, not really free kasi your travel is paid naman, but I'm saying it's your benefit na pwede mong i-move to your staff. The last one or yung panglima is employee organized events. I'm sure that this is not new naman. We've always been there. We organize events, no? Yung mga corporate events natin, which are often the first item to be trimmed sa budget. Kung tayo ay nagba-budget cut, natitrim agad yan. When there is a need to save money, but much more than a chance for employees to gather. Itong mga events na to help boost morale and create a better caring team culture in our organization. So some employees even go at lengths to volunteer for office parties, diba? Lalo na ngayon we're almost done in October, isang linggo na lang, November na, I'm sure a lot of us are planning our Christmas parties na. So yung mga ganyan, picnics, Halloween, let them push through, lalo na pag may mga volunteering that are happening, na they go through lengths of pooling funds from willing sponsors naman to have one nice annual event. Why not let them go ahead, keep employees engaged? Ano ang cost niyan? Almost free kasi nga nag-chip in because we did a budget cut. Ayan. All right. Here are examples lang in the following slides. Examples of employees who get it right. Let's take inspiration from these employers who really are investing on the overall wellness of their staff. Pasada na lang yung kay Cisco at technology giant, no? Cisco Systems, more than any other company in the world today, shows how a high trust culture is being all around sa kanilang organization. Yan, yung kanilang unified, they have unified their people around a sense of community service. Yan. In recent years, under their yung CEO nila recently, who is Chuck Robbins. So yung mga examples ng corporate social responsibilities, ayan, ginawa nilang parang motivation for their employees to do good. Yan, marami silang ginawa ng mga examples. Hindi ko na siya iisa-isahin, but if you want, you can look at them, what they have done. And ang pinaka-main dito is their employees are they get involved in solving problems. They are more creative. They're happy in this do good work culture in Cisco. Yeah. Sa Coca-Cola naman, we all know who Coca-Cola is, no? So they took introspective look at their workplace health and well-being, no? Marami silang offerings. So may 4 na pillar yung offerings nila for their overall health, workplace health awareness. So yung pillar is physical, mental, emotional, and purposeful. Hindi ko na rin siya iisa-isahin, but why am I sharing this? Kasi yan mga malalaking organization, and they thrive because they take the welfare of their staff, their utmost priority as well. Yan. So yan, have a look at what Coca-Cola and Cisco did. We can take inspiration from them as we craft our own mental health and overall well-being programs in our own organization. Yan. Okay. Yan. So there. Tayo, going back to us as HR. So lagi natin sinasabi, take your employees' welfare as your priority, lalo na tayo ng mga HR. Paano naman tayo ng mga HR? Who is taking care of the HR? Sino ang HR ng HR? Diba? So this is why as an HR, we participate in events like this, diba? To be able to see how things are dealt with by our other organization or by our peer HR in their companies, no? And to be able for us to align with HR policies back when we go back to our workplaces. I do realize that how you say things are more important than what you are saying to your people. So, when we speak to our people, huwag masyadong HR talk naman. Huwag masyadong business. Be open, be humble. That could really help us to become effective HRs in our organization. Yan, yung spending time with people in the operations, that is helpful. Asking for help too is very helpful. Yung humility natin as HR is a very big part of what we do as people leaders. Be mindful and give our people the psychological safety. Yan. Palagi din natin yan naririnig, no? In all our HR learnings, give people psychological safety. Yan. Connect with people on a human level. It's okay to ask questions. Yan. Let's not be condescending. Lalo na kasi, di ba, tayo ng mga HR open yung all the records sa atin. We know almost everything in the organization, lalo na yung mga files ng ating mga employees. Let's not be condescending. Be generous of gratitude to the staff, to yourself as well. The kind of relationship we build can work magic in our office. Ayan. It's 3:11. Do I still have time, Miss Nettie?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes
Alright.
po, ma'am.
Konting-konti na lang, yung self-care natin ng mga HR. Yan. So nasabi ko na, yung ginagawa natin like now, hindi tayo part ng iisang organization, but we come together as a group, we try to learn from each other, we share, no? That's part of our upgrading your self-care concept also as HR leader. Empowering starts with self-care. Pero mag-share lang ulit ako ng mga 5 or 4 na lang na nakatulong din sa akin as HR leader. As self-care and also empowering my self-care. So, yung una is, next slide please, being the role model for the organization. Hindi naman yun bago, that's us in HR, be the role model, no? Yung pag-create ng caring environment can be difficult. It requires leaders to embrace what it means to offer work-life balance. A culture of caring is one that allows employees feel comfortable discussing issues with their managers and are not ashamed to ask for help. Help is needed. So as simple as, in every area of the organizational function and management, people will expect tayo na mga HR to show good practice. Kahit anong organization man yan, nakatingin sila sa atin na mga HR na tayo talaga yung mag-start to show good practices. And this expectation is perfectly reasonable naman. After all, tayo ng mga HR is the custodian of the people policies, and it's natural, di ba? As custodian ourselves, we lead and demonstrate. Yeah. Pangalawa, no, continuously learn and train yourself. Again, what we're doing now, as part of our learning ourselves, it didn't cost much. It cost maybe our time, our weekend, but hey, we're here, no, learning from each other. So just as food and exercise na nagdo-nourish ng ating physical well-being, information and continued learning nourishes our mind. Hindi ko na yan discuss further, but that statement holds true. We all know naman yan. Train yourself. Yan. Kung hindi man yan offer ng ating organization, we find ways to train ourselves. Yan. Pangatlo, which is also sort of like what we're doing now, network. That has really helped me a lot, not only in my current functions before, also paghanap ng next job mo. Networking has really been a good part of my career. So I can share that with you, no, yung building a network of go-to experts and ask questions. So kahit na alam mong siguro expert ka na or well-experienced ka na, but still going to experts in our industry, not in our industry, but our discipline in HR, keeping a curious mind and do not be afraid to ask questions for clarification. Makukuha mo yan pag ikaw ay may network na mga HR group like this one in Calabarzon, what we are doing now. Network, network, network. If there's one thing that you can take from me now, networking really is helping me a lot in my HR career. Yeah. Pang-apat, which is the last one that I can share with you this afternoon, is volunteer or volunteering. So becoming an active member of associations, again, this one, yung ating group in Calabarzon, no? It can related to your field. So tayo ng mga HR and volunteer to take part in activities. So ngayon, I'm a volunteer. Yan. Si Jorina is a volunteer. Yan. Maraming nagvo-volunteer in order for us to get together. We gain very interesting and rewarding activities out of volunteering. So when you volunteer, you never know who you are likely to meet and where. Yan. Participating in events as volunteer will really build your professional network. Ayan, yung kanina na network, pero pag nagvo-volunteer ka, side by side yan, nabibuild mo talaga yung professional network mo. Kung ikaw ay baguhan na HR, yan, i-take away mo yan from me, network, and volunteer. I promise you that will really help you as you go through your career in human resources. There. So, in closing, kung ikaw ay HR manager man yan, ikaw ngayon, or HR assistant, HR strategist, or people and culture leader na ang tawag sa'yo, you have a great responsibility of cultivating a caring environment in your workplace. I-include mo ang mental health programs. Pagiging kind and caring, very important in our discipline in human resources. Stay connected to the employees. One day, you'll need them to be kind and caring to you as well. Again, employees din tayo. Kung ikaw ay kind to the other employees, essentially you are being kind to yourself too. So, after all, ayun nga, employee din tayo and caring for mental health in overall well-being is everyone's responsibility. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something from me today. And thank you very much, Ms. Neddy, for giving me this opportunity.
Open our table for Q&A. Actually, last time, kanina sabi ni Ma'am, baka daw yung mga question hindi kayang sagutin. But definitely, syempre may first question tayo from Google Form. What advice could you give to a person looking for a job, having anxiety that he will not be admitted anywhere?
Pwede pa ulit, Ms. Neddy, kasi medyo naputol. What advice?
What
Or
advice
pwede
could
ko
you
siya
give
makita
to
sa
a
chat?
person looking for a job, having an anxiety that he or she will not be admitted or hindi siya matatanggap sa kahit na saan?
Oh,
Minsan ba kasi may mga ganun eh. Pero
oo.
bihira
Akala
yan
ko
naman.
admitted. Akala ko admitted ba? Admit sa hospital, okay. Hindi ma-hire kasi
Hindi ko ma-hire.
anxiety siya. Alam mo, that anxiety holds true for everyone looking for a job. Kahit ako, ilang years na ako nagtatrabaho, each time na mag-a-apply ulit ako, na-anxiety din ako. I feel the anxiety, I feel yung nagsi-self-doubt ka, it happens. So, siguro hindi advice, pero share lang na huwag mong isipin na you're alone in that sphere or space right now if you are looking for a job. Pero ang gawin mo is prepare for the interview and not only answer the questions of the interviewers, ikaw din dapat magtatanong ka kasi they will feel your interest really and your sincerity in that position or that organization pag ikaw ay may tanong din kasi nag-research ka about that organization and mafe-feel nila that you really want to belong in their team. I don't know, Miss Neddy, does that make sense? Pwede mo siyang dagdagan, Miss Neddy, for ano?
Actually, hindi lang naman po yung... naririnig ako. Okay. Okay. Ayan. Hindi lang naman po yung... Lahat tayo may anxiety na tinatawag pag nag-a-apply tayo. Because we feel sometimes kulang tayo sa experience for the position. And sometimes naman parang feeling natin over tayo for the position. Being an HR, maging professional lang po tayo. Ipakita po natin na we will do our best to be part of the team or the company. Pero wag lang po sana wag pong mismong tayo HR, tayo mismo yung scene zone, tayo mismo yung nagko-confirm na darating but definitely hindi naman dumarating. Meron po kasing mga ganito ngayon. Actually, ang mga concern yan is hindi na yung anxiety ng applicant. Anxiety na po ng HR dahil hindi po, nagno-no show po yung mga applicant. Sorry, humuhugot po ako. How about
Hindi,
si Ma'am
totoo
Dorina?
naman.
Para sa akin naman, lahat naman ng bagay sa una mahirap. I-take note lang natin and we should learn to love the process. Yun na nga suggestion ko kasi we will always be faced with anxiety and ang kailangan lang natin malaman is how to properly cope and regulate in a healthy way ang ating emotions because nobody is perfect, 'di ba? So yun lang. That's my 2 cents.
Anyway, sa ating mga participants this afternoon, meron po ba tayong question? Please do raise your hand. Para kay Ma'am Jamie, if you have any question about the topic today or any question po
Okay,
na itanong.
Ayan, we have one question from Raquel earlier. Ayan, nag-raise na siya ng hand. Let's unmute. Mag-unmute po tayo, Miss Raquel. The floor is yours.
Ma'am, hindi ka namin marinig.
Nagsasalita si Miss Raquel, pero hindi namin naririnig, Miss Raquel. Ay, tinatype na lang niya, Miss Jorina.
So, ayun nga, habang inaantay natin si Miss Raquel, very interesting talaga ang mga point of view at mga perspective na binigay sa atin ni Miss Jamie, no? Miss Neddy?
Yes, ma'am. Tagos. Actually, yung mga niya. Talaga namang, totoo naman yung mga sinabi ni Ma'am Jamie. Lalo na yung huli, sino ba ang nakikare sa ating mga HR? Who are the HR of HR? Ay, di ba? Yun yung question eh. But anyway, before anything else, meron lang tayo. Ma'am Jamie, can we please do picture taking? Before, meron lang po kasing appointment din si Ma'am Jamie.
Sure. Oo, picture taking and pa-share ng pictures ha.
Sige po, sige po. Wait lang.
Mag-mute
Okay,
lang ako, ma'am.
so paki-on lang po ang ating mga camera para makita ang mga napakagagandang muka at napakapupoging muka. Ayan, fresh na fresh, oh. Sabado na Sabado. Saturday fresh look, yun tayo. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 para sa ating first slide. Smile. Okay, second slide tayo. 1, 2, 3, smile. Again, hindi tayo sigurado kung saang room, asang side kayo mapupunta. Kaya isigurado lang natin na naka-on ang ating camera. Third slide, smile. And of course, ang ating last slide, fourth slide, smile. Ayan, okay. Tapos na tayo, Miss Neddy, sa ating mandatory picture taking, of course.
Nakamute ako. Sorry po, nag-mute ako because yung mga alaga ko rito ay medyo kumakanta. Sorry po. Before Ma'am Jamie left, Ma'am Jurina, please do the honor of giving our simple certificate of appreciation for this afternoon session.
Yes, of course. HR Calabarzon Group presents this certificate of appreciation to Miss Jamie. Miss Jamie and I'm sorry, ma'am. It's hard to pronounce. Kahit sinabi mo na.
Okay
And
lang.
Antkowiak.
Antkowiak. Yes.
Yan.
Correct.
Ganda. Napakaganda naman masyado ng last name. Of course, for sharing her invaluable knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker for the 72nd HRE Knowledge entitled Crafting Engaging Mental Health Programs in the Workplace via Zoom and Facebook Live at 2 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. given this 22nd day of October 2022, signed by Miss Neddy, the founder and the president, and Miss Jurina, the co-founder and corporate secretary. Muli po ulit, Ma'am Jamie, maraming salamat po on behalf of everyone. Di ba, Miss Neddy?
Yes, Ma'am Jamie. Thank you po. At thank you po sa lahat ng 100 participant who enter from the Zoom. At sa mga hindi po nakapasok, thank you din po. And we are still open po via Facebook. Via Facebook Live. Sorry po talagang alagang yaya po muna ngayon ang inyong HR. Muli po, Ma'am JB, maraming salamat. At sa lahat po ng participant, pwede niyo pong mapanood ang ating replay via Facebook Live. And of course, i-upload din po natin to sa ating YouTube account ng HR Calabarzon. Ma'am Jamie,
Thank you so much, Miss
any
Neddy.
message from para sa ating mga ka-HR before you leave?
Yes.
Thank you so much for staying. Nakita ko full pa rin tayo up to now. Thank you so much for participating. If you like to get the copy of the slides, you can ask Miss Neddy or Miss Jurina na lang. I'm more than happy to share para makita niyo yung mga link at saka yung mga companies na shinare ko kanina, so you can take inspiration from them as I did also. Thank you so much and hope to learn with you again in the future. Pag gusto niyo makipag-connect sa akin, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook. Go lang. You just let me know. Ka-HRs tayo. And also I have a page for recruitment, yung job openings, trabaho in Pilipinas. I have organized that for job openings. Kung gusto niyo mag-share din doon, okay lang. And there, thank you so much, Miss Neddy. Thank you so much, Calabarzon HR Group.
Thank you, Ma'am Jamie. Thank you po sa lahat.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you po, Ma'am Jamie. Maraming salamat
Before,
po.
sorry po, medyo mga ka-HR, medyo meron lang pong appointment si Ma'am Jamie, kaya she needs to left. But definitely sa lahat po ng interesadong kumuha ng e-certificate, here is our link. Please do screenshot for the e-certificate for the 72nd HRE Knowledge. At para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, paano po makakakuha ng e-certificate? Ang lahat po ay pinapaalalahanan na paki-click po ang link or paki-scan po ang QR code para po sa e-certificate request. Ang e-certificate po ay ipapadala sa inyong email address after 7 working days. Hindi po kasama ang Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. Ang payment po ay 50 pesos for e-certificate per attendee. At ang ibabayad po ninyo ay mapupunta sa ating first 2022 gift giving program or project ng HR Calabarzon para sa luwalhati ng Maynila, Home for the Aged. Sa mga lahat po ng interesadong mag-donate, ang nire-request po ng ating mga lolo and lolas, ang nanay at tatay natin sa Home for the Aged, ay mga simpleng biskwit, kape, pangbalaban, razor, alcohol, face mask, sabon pampaligo at sabon panlaba. Ano pa nga ba yun, Ma'am Jorina? Nakalimutan ko. Ano pa nga po ba yung mga request ng ating mga lolos daan?
Razor.
Yeah.
Nakalimutan ko na rin. But we will be submitting a report sa mga kakailanganin nila for the event.
Yes.
Ayan.
we
So
will
please
post sa mga
do
ating page.
Please do donate para hindi lang ito makaka-benefit sa inyo kasi meron kayong e-certificate, kundi makakatulong pa kayo sa mga aged. Okay? Diba, Mami
Open din po
Neds?
kami sa volunteer na gusto pong sumama sa December 1. Weekdays po ito at ang atin pong bibigyan ng ang ating beneficiary ay 400 lolos and lolas sa Home for the Aged. Kaya medyo kailangan din po namin ng volunteer para po sa magpapasaya sa ating mga lolo-lola because magpo-provide po tayo ng free haircut, free hair and makeup courtesy of Butterfly Events. Ayan, magpapagandahin nila ang ating mga lolos and lolas. At syempre, magkakaroon po tayo ng food giving o magpo-provide po tayo ng dinner sa ating mga lolos and lolas at 4 o'clock p.m. Medyo alas 4 po daw ang dinner nila kaya medyo maaga tayo. Anyway po mga ka-HR, maraming salamat po sa pag-attend ngayong 72nd HR e-knowledge. Iniimbitahan po namin kayo next week, lalo na po ang ating mga HR managers dyan, ang ating mga managers sa ating any department, please do attend the next session because ang ating session ay operational and people-centered strategic planning. Tuturuan po tayo ni Ma'am Iris on how to do a strategic planning, especially pagdating po sa operational and people-centered. Nawa po yung makasama namin kayo next week dahil kagaya po ngayon, ang proceed po ng ating event next week will be donated o may bibigay po natin sa luwalhati ng Maynila. Kita-kits po tayo next week. Ma'am Jorina, any flag po? Invitation. Nabigla si Ma'am Jorina.
Muli po ulit. Nabigla ako. Teka, muli po ulit. Iniimbitahan po namin kayo sa next week and of course, please do donate sa ating luwalhati ng Maynila Home for the Aged. And of course, ang ating attendance link ay isistay lang natin dito hanggang 4 o'clock p.m. Maraming salamat mga
Maraming salamat po.
ka-HR.
Kita-kits next week. Thank you. Thank you, Ma'am Sharon. Thank you, Ma'am Melanie. Thank you, Ma'am
Yes,
Lumi.
ang
Thank you,
ating
Ma'am.
mga usual na nanonood sa ating HRE Knowledge. Maraming
Yes, ma'am.
salamat.
Thank you kay Ma'am Jean, kay Sir Gino. Meron lang ako absent. Si Ma'am Cynthia ay absent this afternoon. Wala siya ngayon. Oh my God, ang ingay ng aking anak-anak.